Ah.
YouTube, we are back with another best AMD GPU settings video for Warzone Season 6, the final season of Warzone 3. These settings will give you max FPS and best visibility in the game, and we'll also show you how to make the game pop more in color outside of the game itself. Alright, so first things first, what we want to do is go down into the comments below and grab the Google file that's in the drive there and copy that onto your desktop. Now that you've got that, we want to go into our file explorer, go into Documents. Down we go to Call of Duty, and we're going to copy that Call of Duty file we grabbed and downloaded and drop that right in there. Once we've done that, we go into the folder, we go into Players, and we go into options.cod.23. And once we're over that, we're going to go and find thread count. So Control F, and you can type thread. Hit enter, and it's right up here at the top, the render work count, thread count for handling the job queue. Now on screen you'll see numbers correlating to your CPU. You want to find your CPU on this list and add this number right in here and change it, whatever it says in the list there, and press Control S. Right, now once that's done, we're going to close out of that and we're going to go back into our Call of Duty Players folder here. And what we're going to do, we're going to change a secret setting to make sure you have minimal sprint delay. So we're going to go into these big random numbers right here, and we're going to go and find gamerprofile.0.base. Right, now once we're in here, we're going to go Control F and we're going to type sprint. All right, here we go. Now we're going to go adjust the time and max stick deflection before sprinting in milliseconds. We want to make sure this is set to 0. So this is for controller. We want to make sure that's set to 0. For mouse and keyboard, we go a little bit further down to find KBM advanced and make sure that's at 0 if you play on a mouse and keyboard. Press Control S or file save, and we're all done. You can close out of that. Right, now we're going to go into the game. We're going to go over the in-game settings to make sure they're all correct. Once you had copied over that file we did earlier, that will change your in-game settings, but we're going to go make sure they're all set up and correct in game as well. Right, now that we're in game, we're going to go to our settings. First, we're going to start with graphics. All right, so for this, we're going to go through it quite quickly. For display mode, I play full screen borderless. However, full screen exclusive is the best for lowest input delay. So if you can select full screen exclusive, I play on borderless. I have 3 screens, so I have it on borderless. Your monitor, make sure it's on your main monitor, whatever that may be. Display adapter, make sure that is your graphics card and not the inbuilt graphics card in your CPU. Make sure it is your graphics card. Mine's the AMD 7900 XTX, so that's what we have selected. If your screen refresh rate and display resolution is locked, you just have to go to full screen exclusive, and there you can select your refresh rate of your monitor. I have a 240 Hz and I play at 1440p. However, yours may be different. Aspect ratio is 16:9 as wide. Restart shaders preloading. This is always good to do from time to time. You can restart your shaders once you log back into the game. It will install your shaders again. Display gamma 2.2. Brightness, you can have this on whatever you want. Set it custom for your monitor. I have mine on 55. The constrained mouse to game window we have off. Eco mode preset, we have this on custom. VSync gameplay, we have off. VSync menus off. Custom frame rate, now we have this on unlimited. However, you can set this to your monitor's refresh rate. I have it on unlimited. I like to see the most FPS so I can. Menu render resolution, we have this on native. Pause game rendering, we have off. Focus mode all the way on 0. HDR, we have off. We don't want HDR on. It's not very good for the game, so we'll go for FPS. Right, now over to the quality tab. Graphic preset we have on custom. Render resolution we have set to 100, which is our 2560 by 1440. Dynamic resolution is turned off. Upscaling, sharpening, fidelity, cast. Now I have this set to 85. I find 85 is the best. So set that one to 85. VRAM scale target, we have this set all the way down to 50. This will give you the best FPS for the game. Variable rate shading, also make sure this is on. Very important to make sure that's on. This will also give you more FPS. Text resolution, now I have a higher end GPU. We have the 7900 XTX as mentioned. We have this set to normal. If you have a lower end GPU, set this to low or very low. This will give you more FPS in game as well. Texture filter and isotropic, we have it set to low. Depth of field off. Detail quality level low. Particle resolution very low. Bullet impacts I have on. You can turn this off if you like for a little bit more FPS boost as well. However, I have it on. I like to see where my bullets are going. Persistent effects we have off. Shader quality on low. On demand texture streaming, we have this set to optimized. and it's standard at 32 gigabytes. I have that set to optimized. Local texture streaming quality, we have low. Shadow quality on normal. Screen space reflections is off. Ambient occlusion off. Screen space reflections is normal. Static reflection quality low. Tessellation on off. Volumetric quality low. Deferred physics quality off. Weather grid volumes off. Water quality also off. Right, over to the view tab. In the view tab, we have field of view set to 120. ADS field of view as affected, not independent, have that set to affected. Weapon field of view we have set to wide. Third person field of view at 90. Vehicle field of view wide. Now these ones are important. Make sure these are turned off as well. Weapon motion blur off. World motion blur off. Sorry, weapon motion blur off. Film grain at 0. First person camera movement at least 50%. Third person camera movement at least 50%. Third person ADS transition. Third person ADS. Spectator camera game perspective. Inverted flashbang. Now I have this set to on because when a flash hits you, I don't want the big bright white lights in my face. We just get the black screen instead. Much better for your eyes. Right, now we're going to go to the interface menu. Here we go. Subtitles we have all off. I don't have that. Subtitle size off. We're going to go down to color customization. So in here you want to choose your custom color palette. So I have mine on custom. I have mine set to however you want them set to on your colors there, which will as you can see, you, team, party, enemy, neutral, contested. The biggest thing here we want to change is color filter. We're going to set this to color filter 2 and set color filter target to both, and the world color intensity 100, interface color intensity at 100 as well. This will give you a more brighter game. You see a lot of people running around online playing with bright poppy colors in the game. Well, this is one of the secret in-game settings which you can also do on a console. HUD bounds, we're going to make sure this, so you can increase this up or down. It's just where your HUD sits. For me, I also have some things on my stream, so I pull my HUD down a little bit. Mini map, make sure this is on square. This is the biggest thing. A square has more area covered than a circle, so make sure you have your mini map on square. Mini map rotation on, horizontal compass on. Crosshairs, I have mine set to static. I don't want them moving around. Hit marker visuals on, damage base hit markers on, player names full name, in-game text chat on. And the rest should just be pretty much standard. Telemetry, custom. So that's where you can put in like FPS counter, server latency, all those sorts of things up to the top left of your screen, which you can see up on my top left over there. I've got my FPS, latency, and packet loss turned on. Gameplay tips we have on, and yeah, the rest of it should be pretty standard. Right, we're going to go into the audio settings. For me, I use the Artist Wartune, the audio cheese as they call it. For this, I have set to PC speaker with the Artist Wartune, Windows default master. Game volume, right? So you can have that set however you want, whatever is best for your ears. Now, dialogue volume we have turned quite a way down. We don't want to hear too much volume over everything else. Effects volume, make sure that's at 100%. This is footsteps. If you don't, make sure effects volume is at 100% for footstep sound. Cinematic volume we have that off. And more tracks volume we have at 100 as well. Voice chat volume I have at 8, but it's set it however it best works for you. Voice chat on, game, voice channel, or lobby. Last words, voice chat, we want to hear those last death comms for sure. Proximity chat on, and your voice output is whatever your device is. Microphone, push to talk for me. It may be on open mic for you, so you can talk in game freely. If you want push to talk, I have that set today with my foot pedal. Microphone input with device to your device. Level 100%, you can test your microphone as well. And that's kind of really it for audio. Over to controller settings. So these are going to be my best controller settings I use. I've been playing a controller probably for about 2 years now. Before that was mouse and keyboard. These are my best controller settings. So for aiming, we go into the aiming tab. I play on a 6.5. I find that's best. I don't want to flick too much up in the vertical. So I have it set a little bit lower. A lot of pros, especially the CDL, use 6.5. ADS sensitivity multiplier, set this somewhere between 0.8 and 0.9, somewhere between there. 0.8 seems to work best for me. The multiplier we don't really touch. Vertical aim we don't touch. Tactile stance engine multiplier we have that at 1. Aim response curve type. Now, this is very important. Make sure to set this to dynamic. Dynamic is the best curve type you can use, and have it set to 1. Multiply focus is 1. ADS sensitivity transition timing is instant. We want that on instant, nothing else. Target aim assist we want to make sure is on. Aim assist type. Now this is a by preference thing. However, I'm telling you right now, default is the best choice to use. Don't use Black Ops, precision or focusing. They just don't. Just use default. This is what all the pros use, and they use it for a reason. Gives you more aim assist on default. Weapon, motion sensor blur behavior, we want that as off as well. And we go over to gameplay. So this we're going to run through quickly because you can change these as preference to you. This is what I play with. Automatic sprint is tactical sprint. Slide maintain sprint, we want that off. Auto move forward off. Single tap sprint for tactical sprint behavior. Ground mantle off. Automatic airborne mantle partial. Automatic ground mantle hang off. Slide dive behavior, I have it on slide only. However, coming into Black Ops 6, there is going to be a lot more diving as well as sliding. So you can set this to hybrid, and basically you just click in both your thumbsticks to dive and then, you know, circle to slide. So you can have that set to hybrid to do both. Plunging underwater, we want to freely dive under. That's just by pressing your thumbstick up and down to dive under the water. Parachute behavior, automatic, we have that off. We don't want that on. We don't want to be pulling our chute before we can actually get closer to the ground. Sprinting door bash, we make sure that's on. We want to run through those doors. Ledge climb behavior, mantle only. ADS sprint behavior, we have on hold. Change sprint, zoom, sprint, tactical, sprint focus. We want to change it to that. Equipment behavior, we hold. ADS plus melee for weapon mount activation. Exit delay, we short. Where's the very important one? Here we go. Interact reload behavior. For Warzone, we want to use prioritize interact because we want to be able to reload our gun instead of picking up things off the floor. So make sure you interact is set to priority over reloading. Armor plate behavior we put on all, and that's really it for my best controller settings here. 1x1 quick C4 detonation, we have a 1x1, we want a one at a time. Depleted weapon ammo switch we actually have turned on as well, so when I run out of bullets, it automatically switches weapon. And that's it for the best controller settings. So next we're going to dive into the AMD Adrenalin settings to set up for the best settings for the game as well, and also the best color customization for the gamers also. All right, now that we're in the AMD Adrenalin software, we're going to go and make sure our driver and software is up to date. Click on check for updates. Now this got updated at the start of season 6, and 24.8.1 is now the best driver to use for Call of Duty Warzone. So make sure you do update that new driver. From here, we're going to go over to the gaming tab, and we're going to go into our games. I'm going to find Call of Duty and select that one right there. Now just go through and copy these exact settings to give you the best FPS in game. Right, for graphics, we're going to go gaming experiences, Hyper RX, Radeon Super Resolution disabled, AMD Fluid Motion disabled, Radeon Anti-Lag, we do have that enabled. I do find it's better. I like the anti-lag. It is my preference. Check it out and see if it works for you. If you're having problems stuttering, anything like that, make sure you disable it. Radeon Chill disabled. Image sharpening we have enabled as well at 80%. So set that if you like. It does give the game a bit more sharpness as well. Radeon Enhanced Sync disabled. Wait for vertical refresh rate off unless application specifies. Now down in advanced, we have anti-aliasing. We have use application settings, anti-aliasing method as a multi-sampling. This is the best one. This is what you want to use. This will give you the more FPS in game. Make sure you use multi-sampling. Morphological anti-aliasing as disabled. Anisotropic filtering enabled at 2 times. Set this to 2 times, nothing else, just 2 times. Best setting you've got. Texture filtering quality is standard. Surface format optimization we have enabled. Tessellation mode we have AMD optimized, and OpenGL buffering disabled. Right now over to the display settings in the Adrenalin software. AMD FreeSync we have AMD optimized. Scaling mode as global setting, integer scaling, global setting, launch AMD Infinity disabled. Custom color, we want to enable custom color, and then what we're going to do, we're going to increase our saturation ever so slightly to about 115, and this will give you more clear colors in the game, including like the blues, greens, and everything. This will give you more clarity in the game, so make sure you increase saturation just slightly to about 115 to 120. Check it out on your monitor. It's going to be a little bit different based on your monitor, but this is the best thing I've noticed. Saturation increase is essentially the same as NVIDIA control panel with their filters. So if you want to play around with these as well, you can do. You can increase your color temperature as well, but have a play around. For me, this is really all I have to do is increase the saturation slightly. Display color enhancement, we use global settings, and color deficiency correction, use global settings. Now, to check out your global display settings, just click on global display up the top here. And then we're going to go and have a look at these. So this is global display just for your monitor. Instead of just for Call of Duty, this will be for your entire monitor. As you can see, we have AMD FreeSync not supported, virtual super resolution disabled, GPU scaling disabled, scaling mode, preserve aspect ratio, integer scaling not supported. We don't have that on. Color depths, we have the set to 8 BPC, and the pixel format as RGB 4x4x4. So set that to that. All right, guys, that is everything for today in today's video. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Hit the bell notification to be notified of content uploads and live streams. Enjoy max FPS and visibility in Warzone.